She's a special individual.
Yeah.
To be real, she has a she has an aura about her. Like she lights up a room. Like in a room full of stars, she's one of the stars that stick out. I would say that. And that's real because I see her in different rooms and how we move. And people gravitate towards her. It's more unique to see who she gravitates to because she don't gravitate to everybody. She so coming to the stage, I need claps, I need cheers, and I need all smiles.
I've only been performing for like a year and a half, which is crazy, all things considered. Yeah, yeah. But the yeah, and it's crazy. I was just kind of thinking about this yesterday. Last year, like I was in school super heavy. I only performed like 10 or 15 times. This year, I'm approaching my 40th performance. This is probably so. It's been like a crazy year. It's been a very crazy year. As Link was alluding to, September 29th, I will be getting my doctorate in physical therapy. Yeah, so this has just been my year, man. So just kind of going back on memory lane, the first piece that I ever wrote was August of 2022. I first performed it January 6, 2023, which is the first time I ever performed. And when people hear this piece, they be like, yo, that was your first piece? But I think this is a great introduction to who I am. We'll kind of chat about it after I do it. But this piece is called Dear God. Dear God, I come before you with a heart of reverence and worship for who you are. I come before you humbly, respectfully, and honestly. And honestly, I'm hurt and confused. Honestly, I'm a little bit glad that I can't see your face because I probably wouldn't be able to look you in it. And honestly, my faith is starting to feel a little bit different. It's 2019. Me and Mommy just got sick around the same time. God, why? With you, our prayers lied. Did our prayers lie? Are you no longer benevolent and we no longer heaven sent? Our sins not forgiven and our bodies now smitten? God, why? And I understand maybe why me, because I'm not always living the most holy, but my mommy. My mommy stands on unshakable faith, falling to her knees in prayer before you now. She just stands on shaking feet, falling to her knees before you. So God, please explain to me why we, your children, who cry out to you, now just cry silent tears and pray unanswered prayers. Because it was you who said that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Well, I feel like I'm the weapon because I just can't win. And it was you who said that you would never give me more than I can bear, but I can't bear a flight of stairs without falling over. Jehovah, why? Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Well, Mommy can't see, so what's really good? We walk by faith and not by sight. Well, Mommy can't walk by neither, so again, what's really good? And I know in thee, oh Lord, I should put my trust. Well, I feel like I must trust the medication, not my faith, and I ain't never seen the righteous forsaken, and I know my faith ain't faking. God, I want to believe in you, but you gotta give me a reason to. Fast forward. It's been 5 whole years, and I get it now. I see and appreciate life different now because I've been low like limbo, low as you can go. But in you, I found hope and reasons not to let go. I seen my mom go from falling over to jumping up, and life got new meaning now. And in 29 days, when I graduate with my doctorate in physical therapy, I can tell my patients that it will get better, even if it's miraculously, because look at my mommy and look at me. Life got new meaning now, and my words got a new weight now because I had to wait and see how he worked it out for me, how he worked it out indeed, and how he's still working. He never clocks out, he's still working. I could call my doctor right now and have him testify like, can I get a witness? So in thee, oh Lord, I do put my trust, and I do trust my faith more than I trust the medication, and I still have never seen the righteous forsaken. It was in my sickness that I found health for my spirit. So dear God, I thank you, dear God. I thank you, dear God. I thank you. Amen. Yeah, so man, that piece just means a lot to me. I feel like as a poet, just finding who I am through poetry, I'm just tasked with saying the things that are hard to admit. Um, People don't like to admit that you're confused or angry with God. And I feel like that's something that all humans go through. I feel like it's a part of our relationship with God. I feel like it's a part of our relationships with everyone. And I feel like in order to be honest fully with yourself, you have to accept all of those emotions. But that also gives space for God to show himself and for you to grow your faith in that way. So that's pretty much the message of that one. Just overall, like me being a poet, it's kind of built around introspection, just me taking a look at myself, being able to express different parts of my journey in different ways, different things that I never even knew the words for. And then other people come up to me like, hey, that was actually words for me as well. So I feel like I'm tasked with looking within myself, but also bringing light to other people's struggles as well. This next piece, it's about a struggle that I was going through that nobody knew I was going through at all. Um, we'll just get into it. So this piece is called Free. I used to casually drink because I used to think that that's what you had to do to get people to accept you. Like birds of a feather, I wanted to flock together. Winded up taking shots together, and every shot was like a bullet to my mind, and my common sense leaked out all over the bar stools. It started out as something casual, started as an attraction, but then it became a distraction because whenever I would get low, I would pour spirits, but my poor spirit was never getting filled. Chardonnay, like shards of glass, fracture my psyche into geometric pieces as I try to triangulate my trajectory. I'm headed for rock bottom. Excuse me, waiter, can I get rock bottom on the rocks with a sugar rim to sweeten the blow of that reaper grim that's trying to lay claim to my soul? I didn't know how low I was headed. I just knew every day I was headed for vodka and I couldn't stop it. I used to take edibles. It started out of curiosity. Wanted to see what all the hype was about, but I didn't like to smell it loud, so I quietly picked up an alternative. And you would think that I would never try it again when I passed out on my high school grounds and was forced to go to Bible study as I came down, but no, I just took a break. But breaks end, so when I came back to it, it wasn't out of curiosity anymore. This was out of animosity. This was out of animosity for self, for people, for life, for how I didn't fit in it, how if I was going to keep living, then something needed to feel different. I got addicted to the feeling, of not being aware enough to care because everything that I left on the ground scared me. Every time I would come down, I would begin to drown. So up I went again and again until somebody challenged me to be present. Not even knowing that I had been absent. I had been suspended from my subconscious. I was expelled from my reality. Like, how could I adhere to my religion? How could I be sober and be vigilant when my eyes are so low that they look like incisions? So I made a decision to quit. And over 1 year later, I still make that decision because my sobriety, I cherish it. And it's been over a year since I've had any alcohol at all, but I actually drink more now. Enough water to make my skin glow and help my hair and nails grow. And my love for gummy candy is actually a reminder of just how far I've come. But don't worry, I still go to the dentist every 6 months for checkups. I'm checking for cavities. The one cavity that I needed filled the most was the one in my soul. Poem. Yeah. So that poem, it was hard to do because I felt like me admitting to everyone what I was struggling with and the decision to live a sober life was now me giving like a sense of accountability because now everybody knows. So it's like, but it was crazy because nobody knew at all. So I was making the decision to just let everybody know, hey, I was drinking, I was doing edibles, and now I don't anymore. So now everybody just hold me accountable collectively. But I think that piece was really important for me personally to show people that I do have flaws. Because a lot of people, they see me, they see Like, I'm about to get my doctorate. Like, I play basketball, I do poetry, I'm in church, I'm doing all these wonderful things, but they don't see my humanity sometimes. So I felt like that was a very, very important piece for me as a person, but also for me as a poet as well. This last piece, the most recent piece that I wrote, I feel like falls in line with just what I just echoed, like me being human, me having struggles, me having flaws, and me just wanting to showcase that we all have them. This piece is called Silent Echoes. Just quick question for the people in the room. Um, do you guys like noise canceling headphones? Yes, anybody have them? So yeah, okay. I bought some recently, and I really do like them. Um, but the worst part about noise canceling headphones is that I can still hear myself think. And these thoughts are louder than anything. These thoughts, they make my head vibrate, they make my eyes water, they make my ears ring. These thoughts, they create silent echoes from bouncing off the walls of my mind. And it turns out I'm my own best wall ball partner. These thoughts continuously ricochet, they volley over the valleys of my mind, and although one bounce is permitted, these thoughts never land. Peter Pan, handle it if you can. Well, I can't. I'm begging for change. These thoughts are really, really loud. It's like a cacophony of sounds, but these sounds don't blend. They would offend any composer with notes that can't be played by any band, can't be withstood by any man. This is cognitive dissonance. See, my thoughts be polar opposites. They're very different, but they attract each other. Confidence pulls in self-doubt. Faith pulls in unbelief. And I pull me apart in a million different ways, all while attempting to save face, while attempting to suffer with grace. I hear so many thoughts at once, but I hear every single one of them so clearly. And some nights, I just want to ever clear my thoughts into the Everglades. I just want to whisk away my thoughts with whiskey, tequila, until the sunrise brings a sunset to the subjects in my subcortex. If you ever see me sitting quietly, it's probably because the decibels of my internal dialogue have exceeded my tolerance. My equilibrium is off, and I cannot stand the fact that my greatest weapon is now pointed right at me. I want silence. But I'm afraid that if my mind goes quiet, that my heart will too. Because if my mind goes quiet, I'm not sure I'd know what to do. But I know that God makes no mistakes. So there must be a reason that my mind is wired this way, and the current state of my anatomical circuitry must be perfect. So I have to challenge myself to find serenity in the savagery of the static. I have to challenge myself to harness the power of my neuronal network to electrify audiences. I have to challenge myself not to run away from the storm, but instead build an ark and weather it. Poem. Oh man, I love y'all. Y'all are just amazing. No moment goes like unnoticed for me. Like literally just us being in this room together. Every person that's here, I feel like is by design. As Link alluded to, I smile a lot. I'm very friendly, but I don't have very many friends. I don't like to be in very many spaces and really truly be present in them. But it's intimate moments like this that fill me up, charge up my energy, and just make me feel at home, make me feel supported and loved. So thank you guys. All smiles.